who is alive in Liu Kang's new era, in the Great Kung Lao era? Remember, at the end of Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, Liu Kang resets time, and now we find ourselves at a point in the Great Kung Lao era, which takes place 500 years before the first Mortal Kombat game. Now, a lot of people have been saying that if they choose to go this way with the story mode, then how are they going to make a roster? Because a lot of characters were not alive back then. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about this very subject. I'm going to be using a roster generator that was created by Molim on DeviantArt, so big credits to them, links in the description so you can find their work. Also, make sure to stay tuned at the end of this video for an important announcement. And don't forget to drop a like on this video if you're enjoying the Mortal Kombat content, and subscribe so you don't miss that from me.
Walter, listen to me very carefully, Walter. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the MK11 roster, and we're gonna remove all the characters that wouldn't exist in the Great Kung Lao era. Then, we're gonna leave the characters who could be alive in the Great Kung Lao era, and we're gonna go from there. Am I clear? Sorry guys, I don't know what that was about.
But yes guys, I did take the MK11 roster and I removed all the characters that wouldn't exist in the Great Kung Lao era, but I kept the ones that could. And then we're gonna fill up the roster slots with the characters that would, to show you guys that, hey, NetherRealm has plenty of characters to use to put on a main roster for the next game. So let's go over the characters. We have Shang Tsung, we have Shao Kahn, we have Nightwolf, I'll get to that in a minute. We have Baraka, Raiden, Sub-Zero, and I'll get to that as well. Jade, Kitana, Liu Kang, Scarlet, D'Vorah, Kotal Khan, and we'll also get to this one. I don't know how many we're gonna get to, but just be patient for now. Shiva, Melina, Collector, Geras, Cetrion, Fujin, and Rain. Now you might be saying, how can Nightwolf exist in a Great Kung Lao era? He's a modern day character. Remember, Nightwolf is a mantle. Anybody can go by the name of Nightwolf within his tribe. So it's very possible that we can get a female Nightwolf. It doesn't have to be a female, but remember, Nightwolf is a mantle. Anybody could be Nightwolf at this time. Now, Kotal Khan is a little bit different because Kotal would not be Khan. He would be Kotal at this time because that's his real name and he's been around for a while. Now with Sub-Zero, like Nightwolf, Sub-Zero is a title. Anybody in the Lin Kuei clan can be called Sub-Zero. So it's very possible that we could be playing an ancestor of Kuai Liang and Bi-Han. But anyways, let's start filling these slots, shall we? To make it easy, let's go through categories of characters, and I'm gonna start with boss characters. And the first one that's obvious is Goro. So we're gonna add Goro onto this list. And because Goro is alive, so is Kintaro. So we can also add Kintaro onto this list. Also, you have to think, who are the Shokan's rivals? The Centaurs, and the Centaurs have been around for a long time, so Motaro can also exist in this timeline. So we're gonna add Motaro here. I'm gonna take away the MK11 thing because we're not talking about MK11 here. Now, since we have Kitana, Jade, and Melina here, Melina's not an Edenian character, but we can talk about Edenian characters. And who is also an Edenian in Mortal Kombat? That's right, Tanya. So Tanya would also exist in a Great Kung Lao era game. Now, depending on how they write the story, Taven and Dagon could still be alive at this time. And the reason why I say depending on how they write the story is because they can still follow the same story in Armageddon where they've been asleep for a long time. So technically they wouldn't be around because they're just in a cave. But if they don't want to go that way, Taven and Dagon could exist in this era. Also, what the fuck? I forgot to add the obvious, Great Kung Lao. Obviously, Great Kung Lao would be added onto this list. Again, depending on how they write the story, and even though these characters are not playable, they can use characters like Argus and Delia. I kind of glossed over it for a little bit, so let's take a step back and talk about the Outworld characters, because remember, Outworlders also live for a very long time. Probably the same as Edenians, although that's not confirmed, it's assumed to be that way. Well, considering Boraicho trained the Great Kung Lao and he's from Outworld, Boraicho would be added onto here. You can maybe dabble around Ferritor. It could be a version of a Ferritor, but I'm not really confident in this one, but at the same time, you could technically get away with this. Although Reptile was originally from Zatera, it was conquered by Outworld, so technically Reptile's from Outworld, not really, but Reptile would still work regardless. And remember, Reptile isn't the only raptor out there. We also have Chameleon and maybe the male Chameleon. Remember, it's not 100% confirmed that male Chameleon is also a raptor. It's not said anywhere in his bio or in his story. There isn't much to go off of. But if they wanted to make male chameleon a raptor, they could do so. I just think that would take a lot away from Reptile being the last living Zaterran. Also, you could say that Ermac was created by Shao Kahn a long time ago in this new timeline. So let's put Ermac here. Just take a step back, guys, and look at this. We almost have a full roster of characters to use in an era where a lot of people think that you can't really choose a lot of characters to put on your roster. So who's the first character that comes to mind when you think of the NetherRealm? For me, it's Quan Chi. We know Quan Chi has been around for a long time, so it's obvious to put him on here. Also, Shinnok was around for this long, so he would work as well. I know not a lot of people like this character. I don't know why, because I think he's cool. Draman would also work, and so would Moloch. It's not really known where Ashra started and how long she's been hunting demons, but considering she's a NetherRealmer and it seems like NetherRealmers also age the same way as Adenians and Outworlders, I'm gonna put Ashra on this list too. And if Ashra's on here, so can Serena. And you know what? Fuck it. Blaze can work too. And look at that, guys. We have a full roster. Like I said, there's plenty of characters to choose from if we're gonna go in this era. Now, I'm not saying that these are the only characters that they're going to use, and I do think that it's a little bit weird to not have a roster with Scorpion, with Johnny Cage, with Sonya, with Jax, the Cyborg, Sector Cyrax, and Smoke. While I do think we're going to spend a lot of time in this era in the MK12 story mode, I do think that they're going to find a way to bring back the classic characters like Scorpion, like Johnny Cage, like Sonya, like Jax, like Sector Cyrax and Smoke. You know, the characters that a lot of people really love. So this isn't me saying they're only going to choose from these characters. No, I'm just saying this is the list that they can choose from if they're going to spend time in this era. And there you have it, guys. That is the full... Wait a second. I forgot to go over the Order Realm and the Chaos Realm characters too. Fuck. You know what? Yeah, you could probably work around having Havoc and Hotaru work in this timeline. Also, wait a second. If I'm including characters that weren't playable, Kia and Jataka would also be in there, and I didn't add them on there. God damn it, fuck! Also, you could probably say King Gorbak, who is Goro's father. Why did I even forget this? Also, wait a second. There is a way where you can have Kotal Ketz, who is Kotal Khan's father, work in the story mode. Also, I didn't realize that it's very possible that Liu Kang can get rid of Shao Kahn, and if Shao Kahn is gone, then that means Onaga would be the Khan of Outworld, so Onaga could also work. Okay, that looks like a jank-ass select screen, but there we go. Now I actually think we have it. That is the roster, and those are the characters that you can choose from in a Great Kung Lao era game. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about the roster selection in the comments below, and definitely let me know if I missed anybody. I'm pretty sure I did. Alrighty, guys, here's my announcement. I'm going to be streaming yet again this upcoming Monday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, and what I'm going to be doing is predicting the MK12 roster using this same roster generator. I'm also going to have viewer call-ins where, yes, you, the viewer, can come on call and ask me a question on the live stream. In order for you to participate, you have to be a member of my Discord, so make sure you don't forget to join my Discord. The link is down below. Remember, live stream this upcoming Monday, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a big thumbs up and subscribe for all things Mortal Kombat. I'll see you guys in the next video.